Behind the headlines, Flexism. Many women rely on workplace flexibility, but since Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer banned telecommuting at the web giant, the practice is under increased scrutiny. Carol Evans, president of Working Mother magazine, says Flex is under attack.
The way that that hits a middle manager or a person who's not sophisticated about Flex is this. Hey, that woman CEO, she is pulling people back and saying they need to work elbow to elbow. Maybe we need to do that too. Hey, there's a woman who's talking about the problems of flexibility. Let's examine the problems ourselves. And so instead of Flex being the rallying cry that we're all championing, it suddenly becomes an issue to look at and examine.
Carol Evans coined a new word for this kind of disparagement: Flexism.
The word Flexism connotes to racism, sexism, ageism. It's a reaction, unjustified, against something that is just there. There becomes a confusion between performance and flex. So if someone is working remote or at home 2 days a week or coming in on a different schedule and there's a performance issue, the middle manager then says, this is a flex issue. No, this is a performance issue.
Evans didn't comment directly on Yahoo's ban on telecommuting, but she says blaming flex time work for performance issues will result in long-term losses for companies.
I believe that Flex can stand up to any examination. You know, I think that companies that pull back on Flex will pay the price. They'll pay the price in higher real estate costs, higher commuting costs, loss of talent, loss of energy on the job, and loss of focus from their employees who really need Flex to make it work.
Workers increasingly rely on a variety of flex options, not just telecommuting or work from home.
There's all kinds of things that are within the realm of flexible work arrangements that encompass almost all job types. Every job has to be looked at, or every type of job or type of industry has to be looked at for what works for that organization. But there's very few jobs that you can't have some kind of flexibility.
And this kind of arrangement is becoming the norm among young people. Evans says younger generations expect flexibility in their jobs.
It's a generational issue to begin with, because young people, not only do they have the technology to use Flex in a really creative way, but the expectation is right there. They've been flexing their whole lives. They've been working remotely on school. They don't even think about having a face-to-face conversation with their friends. They text. They don't even call. And so the generation is really coming up that is incredibly used to Flex, and they're going to demand it, which is why companies who pull back from Flex will get punished by the workforce.
While Flex has its opponents, Evans says the majority of businesses and employees understand its value.
What Flex does, what's so beautiful about Flex, is that it gives the person some feeling of control. Now, you know, if a person wants to work from home 5 days a week and their boss wants them to work from home just 1 day a week, there's reasons for each feeling, and they have to work that out. But to have it be a blanket statement, you know, Flex isn't working, that's just not true.